damn tall people. When I was a skinny 12-year-old with glasses, I fell in love with Leonard Cohen and his glorious gravel voice. In part because his brilliant, subtle poetry opened up and blew my tiny prepubescent mind. But also because at age 12, I woke up with a pretty damn deep voice myself. In 1967, boys did not make passes at girls who wore glasses. But they were really impressed if you could sing Leonard Cohen as deeply as Mr. Cohen. Their voices were apt to into the stratosphere right in the middle of the line. I loved them for that. But then I loved all the music of my generation. Yes, Leonard had my heart forever. But I had a little tiny record player, and I used to get 45s, and then albums, and share them with my friends. It was like, oh wow, there's this new duo, you've got to see them. Simon and Garfunkel, or a new Canadian, Gordon Lightfoot. I loved it. I thought I had an unconquerable love for music, because listening to the right song, all the trials and tribulations of prepubescence and teenagehood disappeared into a wonderful vision of who I might be and become. It seemed unconquerable. Until I was 22, and it got shamed away by a friend in theater school. Teacher had us watch each other's lives for a week, and then make a little tiny vignette in the play of our lives. Well, I watched hers as carefully as I could, and I tried to be faithful to what I saw as the essence of her and tell her story with heart. My friend decided to do a parody of me and my love of music. It was ugly. It was a complete satire of me singing and dancing and delighting and sharing, but she made it gross. I was completely humiliated, and it felt like that love disappeared. A shaman would say that a piece of my soul left that day, and it didn't return. For years I learned to love classical music, but not deeply, not with soul or resonance the way I had before. And when I got into taking benzodiazepines, that's sleeping pills, for the insomnia, the loves of my youth were even more muted. Well, hell, everything was. I was pretty sedated. Until I quit. And much to my astonishment, I had been mostly disabled for 20 years with fibromyalgia. I recovered 80% of my health. But the doctors and pharmacists didn't mention the itty-bitty tiny side effects of getting off benzos, the depression, hallucinations, and psychosis. I actually had fun with the last two. I had the best hallucinations ever. In fact, throughout my year of psychosis, I actually experienced a hell of a lot of healing. In one of my mad moments, I suddenly realized I had to go back to Leonard Cohen. My heart was not complete without him. I turned on YouTube, and I listened to Hallelujah over and over and over again. There was something in it I had to get, something in it I had to understand. And somehow, through this whole gigantic hole in my psyche, that soul self came back. I felt it. I felt it. It was overwhelming. I felt whole for the first time in over 40 years. I started to weep uncontrollably. I saw my heart broken many times in my life on the floor, and I picked it up and I put it back. A beautiful mosaic, more beautiful for having been broken in the first place. My love for Mr. Cohen punctuated my year of madness. His closing time punctuated every breakup with people who, it turns out, preferred me drug, disabled, and dependent. But every day, clean and sober, was a hallelujah. Every day feeling my feelings again after them being sedated for 20 years was a hallelujah. And his anthem became mine. There is a crack in everything. That's how the light gets in. Somehow, through that giant crack in my psyche, healing and my soul self returned, reforged, reformulated, and reborn in the glories of hallelujah. Hallelujah. There is a crack in everything, and that's how the light gets in. Ring the bells that still can ring. Forget your perfect offering. There is a crack in everything. That's how the light gets in. My love of Leonard Cohen, my passion for that brilliant, witty, dark, depressed, and difficult man who took his own share of drugs, alcohol, and prescription drugs to get through his issues, somehow healed me. So thank you, Leonard. Hallelujah.